What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Afam the Nose here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Anyways, welcome back. So one of my very many tens of subscribers requested a first impressions video. Shout out to What's That Smell? You know who you are. He says, excellent work, my friend. My friend. We are friends. I'd love to see you do some first impressions on here. So here I am fulfilling that request. So what I will be giving my first impressions on will be Royal Taboo and Carnal Desire, both from French Avenue in collaboration with Aromatix. So I've been watching this guy for a little bit now and he is very knowledgeable. I respect his opinion and he has a vast collection of fragrances. So I'm really curious to see what he came up with along with the perfumes from French Avenue. So I am going to be opening these live on camera and giving you my honest first impression. All right, so I'm gonna rip this open and we'll see. All right, so far I am impressed with the presentation. For how much we paid, how much did I pay for this? 50 something dollars, yeah, 50 bucks each. Very good presentation, I would say. Which one do we start with? Tumbo, Bas, Calab. I'll do this one first. By this one, I mean Royal Taboo. There we go. Very nice presentation, looks expensive. So here's what the bottle looks like. All right, I'm just gonna spray it in the air and see what I think. Ooh, very good atomizer. Off the top, on this one, I'm getting spices, tobacco-y, a little bit sweet. Yeah, let me play with this on paper. 1 second. All right. Okay, we have a blotter now. Okay, I'm really liking this. Getting vanilla, spices, maybe cardamom, some tobacco, very aromatic. This is good. I like this. All right, let's try it on skin and see what it smells like on skin. I'm still getting those same notes that I got in the air and that I got on paper, except now I'm no longer getting that tobacco that I got. I'm getting more of sort of like an ambery type, spicy amber, vanilla perhaps. Okay, this one is not bad. This one is not bad at all. So why don't we pull up the notes and see what's all in it? Okay, top notes: cinnamon, cardamom, benzoin, amber. Middle notes: tobacco, cashmere wood, heliotrope, jasmine. And then base notes: tonka bean, vanilla, patchouli, and dry wood. Okay, so that's the woody feature I was getting. Maybe not, but it's somewhat, I would say, dry but spicy, aromatic, cinnamon. This is not bad. This is something I would wear. I would say it's probably best worn in the winter or in the fall. All right, so those are the notes. I'm going to let this sit a little bit on my skin and then we'll come back to sniff again and I'll give you my final impression on Royal Taboo. Okay, so we've sat for a bit. It is dried down. I'm going to give it another sniff on camera and give you my final impression. I think this was supposed to be inspired by Creed Centaurus. I see that it's somewhat an approximation to that, but I think this is its own thing. And I appreciate what they were going for here. I wouldn't say expect this to be a clone of Centaurus, but this is its own thing. On the dry down, you're getting more of that tobacco, those woods, and the vanilla and tonka bean. So it's a little smooth on the dry down. So I'll give this a good 7, let's say 7.5 out of 10. Once again, this was Royal Taboo by French Avenue with Aromatix. Okay, now moving on to Carnal Desire. I'm guessing the unboxing experience is going to be exactly the same. I am looking at the screen here while I'm showing you this so I don't mess up. Okay. All right, I like the presentation. Once again, it's this exact same presentation as Royal Taboo. So let's pull this out and sniff. Ooh, man. Now this, out of the air, I'm getting that sweet, leathery oud. What else is in this? It's just sweet leather oud. All right, let's get a blotter and see what this really smells like on paper. So this is giving me sweet, leathery oud, patchouli, perhaps. This is really good. Let's try it on skin. So right off the bat, I'm getting fruity, little bit of spices, oud, and leather. Let's look at some of the notes. All right, so top notes: raspberry, bergamot, cinnamon. Middle notes: cotton candy. Cotton candy, that's where I'm getting the sweetness from. Orris, rose, and then base notes: leather, oud, vanilla, cedar, patchouli. This is very well composed. Well done. So this really reminds me of a lot of these Middle Eastern fragrances that I've been testing out these days. It's sweet, it's leathery, it has oud and all those wood notes, a little bit spicy at the top. Very, very well done. I am super impressed. So I'm going to wait for this to dry down a little bit and see if I get a lot more of that oud on the dry down. Okay, I waited a little bit. Some time has passed, studio magic. Now I'm going to smell the dry down. Yeah, this is a really good dry down. Leather, patchouli, vanilla, very resinous. It also gets in that oud, very well done. Now, out of the two of them, obviously I prefer this one. I was thinking I would prefer Royal Taboo, but Carnal Desire turned out to be the one I prefer. I would give this a 9 out of 10 and this a 7 out of 10. But very impressed with what they've done, and I'd say if you're going to buy one of the two, I'd go with Carnal Desire. But as always, I would say sample first before you buy. Do I practice what I preach? No, I don't. But you should. Do as I say, not as I do. All right, that concludes this video. That was my first impression on Carnal Desire and Royal Taboo. If you liked this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, share, and let me know in the comments if you've tried any one of these. And if you have, let me know which one you prefer. And with that, I'll see you next time. Oos.